Hi, this is Councilman Buddy Amoroso, and today we at 4 o'clock we have a Metro Council meeting at the Metro Council Chamber at 222 St. Louis Street. Now, if you would like to watch us live, you can watch it on Channel 21. It's going to be, on public television. That's on Cox. If you want to watch it online, which I think is probably the best way to watch it, you can watch it live streaming. Go to brgov.com and you can find where we're having it at. Before every council meeting, I like to look over the agenda. I like to see what's coming down the pike so that, I can familiarize myself. We'll always kind of like mark up I don't know if you can see it, but I always will mark up my agendas with my notes and everything like that so that, I know what questions I want to ask and I can be more, responsive to, what's going on. A couple of items. When I look at it, there's very few little things that are not very, that it shouldn't be a very controversial meeting. There's a couple of things that will cause some time, have a lot of, lively debate on. But I think for most purposes, it's going to be a fairly quick council meeting tonight. There's one thing I do want to bring out. That's going to be on item number 53. It is that the mayor is requesting what they refer to as a disparity study, and I'll go into what that is for $300,000. Now, first of all, I think that a lot of times these studies are just extremely, extremely expensive. $300,000. That could pave a lot of roads. That could do a lot of good for the people of Baton Rouge. When this originally came down the pike, it was to try to help what they refer to as DBEs. DBE is defined as, it's DBEs, women-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. A DBE is basically a minority-owned business. I felt that was too restrictive. I went to the mayor, I went to her people, and I said, there's no way I can support this unless you put small businesses in there and medium-sized businesses in there. To the credit of the mayor did put that into there. So really what this can do, and this is what I'm hoping, I'm very passionate about small businesses. I believe that small businesses are the backbone of our economy. They're the ones that create jobs in our economy. More jobs are created by small businesses than any other types of businesses. And in a city, nothing happens until a job is created. So what my hope is that, yes, this is a lot of money. I understand it. I get it. But I hope that we will be able to bring in more businesses. It seems like it's always the same people always get these, city contracts. I want to see it expanded. I'd like to see small and medium-sized businesses be able to participate in this. I'd like to see people in my district be able to participate in it. So I think that this is a step in the right direction that could help, small businesses be able to get more governmental contracts. So I will be voting for the disparity study. I'd like to hear your responses to this. Again, during the council meeting, if you're watching on television, you can always text me. Text me at use 225-806-6491. Again, that's 225-806-6491. I ought to have a little thing, which I can do with my technology, is, if you want to text Buddy during the council meeting, here's the number. Maybe I'll do that for next week. Anyway, that's item number 53. There's another item that I'm real excited to see on the agenda, and that's item 64. It's a lot of money again. It's $1.63 million. That's, again, $1.63 million for road improvements. This is basically money that will go into subdivisions. There's a lot of our subdivisions that the roads are in absolutely terrible shape, and that they will go in there and that they will rehab these roads. They'll basically bring them all the way down. It's just not an overlay. But they'll go in there. If there's a problem with the foundation of that road, they'll fix it. Right now, I don't have at my other office. I have a list of the roads. I'll publish these roads that will be on this list. And I just got finished talking to Fred Rayford, who's in charge of roads in Baton Rouge. He says that we're going to have a second round in a couple of months. The main thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to get our subdivisions, our neighborhoods, these small roads into really good shape. It's ridiculous if there's a big old pothole in your subdivision. And we're trying to get that taken care of. And a lot of times, it's not just putting asphalt down. You got to go and you got to fix the base and everything. This is what that 1.6 million is for. Again, I will be voting for that's item number 64. Now, there are items 65 through 70. There's a lot of like professional services contracts to primarily like social workers to some other basically that are involved in social worker industry. Back in September, the city of Baton Rouge was awarded a grant. It was $1 million grant. It was called the Resiliency in Communities After Stress and Trauma, or RCAT. Who thinks of these things? I don't know. This was by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, which is a department of U.S. Department of Health Human Services. So again, this is our U.S. tax dollars at work. It's coming to Baton Rouge, which I'm excited about it coming to Baton Rouge. It's $1 million grant. Now, typically, most grants, there is a match that if you get the money from the federal government, you have to put some of your own money, you have to put your own skin into this. This is not the case here. This is 100% grant by the U.S. government. What it's going to be doing is going to be looking at what are the effects of stress. And they say Baton Rouge was, in 2016 with, the shooting of Alton Sterling, with the police shooting, and also with the flood, that our youth went through a lot of stress. Again, I don't make this stuff up. The federal government is giving us the money, so I'll be voting, to take care of this. Hopefully, mental health is such an important issue in our community. Hopefully, we'll be able to, to help some people, help some of the youth, some of the young people that are involved in our community, and that's what it is about. Anyway, but that is something that's coming down, and that's items 65 through 70. Again, I'll be voting for that. My colleague, Shauna Banks Daniels, has put something on the agenda that I think is something that is very intriguing, if someone is tested that works for the city parish or a city parish agency and they test positive for marijuana, basically they're fired immediately, and they should be fired immediately. You shouldn't be doing any type of drugs at work, and they are not capable of being rehired. If I'm reading this correctly, what this does is after a period of 1 year, if a person has had counseling, that they can reapply for their old job back. And I think that's good. Unless there's some other items that I'm not aware of, I'll probably be voting for item number 71. And I compliment my colleague, Shauna, for putting this on, because we want to help people. We don't want to hurt people. And we don't want to label them forever, just because they made one bad decision. Anyway, so we have council meeting today, 4 o'clock. You can follow us on channel 21, or you can follow us on the computer. If you want to talk to me during the council meeting, send me a text. Please send me a text. Again, my text number is 225-806-6491. I'll put it in the show notes so that you can call me or send me an email. Amoroso@brgov.com. But during the council meeting, probably the best way to communicate with me is through a text. Again, this is your Councilman, Buddy Amoroso. I'm signing off, and you have a great day.